My name is Rebecca Petty, and I am here to talk about my 12-year-old daughter, Andy, who was kidnapped and unalived here in the state of Arkansas. To me, to tell the importance of this video is to let the world know that when you're victimized and when your family is victimized and your young, beautiful daughter is victimized, it is so important never to let the legacy of that child be forgotten. And that's what I'm going to explain in this video. It's not going to be a fun video. It's going to be exactly heartbreaking. So I just want to prepare you beforehand, and it's important to tell me if you want to leave now. This is not going to be pretty. This is going to be the confession of the man who unalived my daughter. So I'm doing this just so people can see and understand the real side of crime and the real side of, more importantly, violent crime. This crime happened on May 15th, 1999, which happened to be my youngest daughter's 4th birthday. So she's had to deal with that the entire time. And also, it's been, almost 26 years since this crime happened, and we are still dealing with appeal after appeal. This case is up to the 8th Circuit Court of Appeals, and it should now very soon be headed to the Supreme Court of the United States. I've been working and in communication a lot with the Attorney General of Arkansas, and they understand what a travesty this has been for our family. So it's getting closer to the time that he should be executed. He did receive the death penalty. And so just to understand the validity and the heinousness of this crime, I am going to read you his written confession. This is the confession of Karl Douglas Roberts, who unalived my 12-year-old daughter on May 15th, 1999. On Saturday, May 15th, 1999, I went to Charles Brewer's house in Hatfield, Arkansas at approximately 5 p.m. I went over to the house in Hatfield to play my drums, and when I got there, I took the drum set outside. I turned the radio on and played along with the music. My wife and 2 kids were already there. I played about an hour and a half. It took me about 10 minutes to put my drums back in the room. Then I ate dinner at the Brewers. We had salmon patties and taters. I drank tea with dinner. I had a 6-pack of Miller beer while I was playing the drums. About 7:45 p.m., I left Charles Brewer's by myself. When I started my pickup, something hit me. I knew I was going to go by and pick Andy up. I did not know if her father, Greg, was going to be home, and I knew her stepmother, Carla, was at work. About halfway up the driveway, I could see that her father, Greg, was not at home, and I couldn't stop. I drove up to the house. I got out, knocked on the front door. Andy came to the door, and I told her to get in the pickup. She asked me what was wrong, and I told her to just get in. We left and went straight to Cove. I didn't know where I was going. I just drove. I turned right or west at Randall's Grocery on a country road. I drove until I got to the sharp left-hand curve. The road had turned to gravel. Instead of taking the curve, I went straight on to a washed-out clear cut. I drove down the road a quarter of a mile or so. Andy told me to take her home several times. The road had become grown up, and I went to the right up a little hill. I stopped there in the road. I told Andy to get out, and she did. I got out and walked around the truck. She asked what I was going to do. I said, I'm going to you. And she asked why. I told her to shut up and take your shirt off. I told her to lay down, and then I took her pants off. I also took her panties off. I pulled my pants down and got on top of her. I stuck it in her. She tried to get away, but I was able to hold her down. When I got through, I knew I was in trouble, and I couldn't take her home. I came inside her. I started to and my thumbs on her throat. Her face turned blue and she went limp. I got scared and drug her over to the bushes to the right. I tried to cover her up with some old dead limbs. Before I covered her up, I took her bra and shirt off. I took her clothes and put them in my pickup. I drove to the Buffalo Creek. I stopped on the wooden bridge and got her clothes out of the cab of my pickup and threw them off the right side. Then I went to my dad's house to drink coffee. Execution is too good for him.